What's up, traders? My name is Jay. I am the creator of a website called Bidasksell.com. It is a website dedicated to stock market and option trading education with the goal of ultimately helping traders make smarter trades. Earlier this week, I made a video where I posed a question: is it possible for a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet to pick winning trades? I talked a little bit about how I came up with the crazy idea and a little bit of a journey that I went through to create what I thought would be the ultimate trend tracker. Over the course of about 2.5 years of learning how to recreate some of my favorite indicators in Excel, entering lots of formulas and functions, going through trials, tribulations, nuances, etc., I ultimately came up with a tracker that at this point appears to pick winning trades about 70% of the time or more. In the previous video, I talked a little bit about how I would create a separate video to show how the tracker is used. And in the process of coming up with that video, I realized that it may not be possible to include everything that I want to include in one video. And so instead, I decided to do a series of videos that would explain exactly how the tracker is used and some of my thought process in creating some of the triggers. With that being said, here is the first of a series of videos that will explain exactly how the tracker works and a little bit of my thought process when creating some of the triggers. Now, the page that you're looking at now is the start page. I don't spend that much time on the start page, but it is where you go to enter the stocks that you plan on following. Now, keep in mind, the tracker is not a scanner. It does not scan the market for possible trades. I'm not even sure if Microsoft Excel is possible doing that. But what it does instead is you follow 5 stocks that you are interested in. And if there are trade opportunities each day, it will show you trade opportunities within those 5 stocks. So you'll notice on the start page, there are areas highlighted where you can enter in the name of the stock. I do recommend entering in the actual name of the stock as opposed to entering the ticker symbol. I found that I have more success with entering the name of the stock. There are some nuances with using Microsoft Excel, and so sometimes when entering the ticker symbol, it doesn't quite return the name of the company that you were looking for. A couple of side notes while we're on this page. The first one being that in the first video, I mentioned that I actually followed 5 stocks when in all reality it was 6 stocks. And so Carvana, which is one of the stocks that I also followed for the first 120 trades, is not featured here, but it is one of the stocks that is included in the results. Now, the second side note is that when entering the stock information on the start page, you will always want to type over the information instead of deleting it. Microsoft Excel has this weird thing that if you delete the information in the cell, it forgets the type of data that is in the cell. Now, it is a problem that is easily fixable if you happen to forget and delete the information that is on the start page. I do have a brief section in the manual as well as on the troubleshooting tab that explains how to fix it, or you can email me and I'll happily explain how to fix it. But you want to remember to type over the information as opposed to deleting the information. So you'll notice that if I type in the name of the stock there, it'll take a few moments and then it recognizes it as Apple being the stock. From there, once I have the names of the 5 stocks that I want to follow entered, I'll simply click on the Find Trades button, and you will see that it will take us to our dashboard. Now, on the dashboard, you're going to find quite a bit of information. Now, the first thing that you'll notice is that there are 3 3-month charts on the dashboard. There's a chart for the SPY, the NASDAQ, and the Russell 2000. Just below those is the most recent price information for the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, the Russell 2000, as well as the Dow Jones Industrial Average. To the right of that, you will find pricing information as it relates to the various sectors of the market. There are 11 different sectors, so everything from financials to utilities to materials and real estate, you'll find the most recent pricing for that information there. Just below that, you have U.S. Treasury yield information and the most recent pricing information regarding the Treasury yields. You also have the most recent crypto coin and altcoin prices. There's some nuances with using Microsoft Excel for that. They don't necessarily have access to the most recent coins. I would love to have included some of the newer and cooler coins. However, I had to go with the ones that I felt that would be there and that were available in Microsoft Excel. Just below that, you have commodities pricing. So there's pricing for gold, silver, oil, the ETFs for these things as well. And then you have Forex and the more popular pairs for Forex as well. Now, I included this information in the spreadsheet for one reason and one reason only, and that reason being sentiment. I wanted to include as many tools as possible for traders to take a look at the spreadsheet and begin to develop their sentiment for the day, meaning I wanted them to look at it and begin to develop an idea of the types of trade that they want to do for that particular day. So if you are the type of trader that likes to factor in the pricing for the various sectors or what the treasury yields are doing for that particular day, you will have that information easily at your disposal. As we move along on the sheet, you will notice next that there is a section that is titled Risk Levels and Education. Under that section, you'll first have your risk levels, and so you'll see that there are high, medium, and low risk trades, and under that, you'll have ticker symbols for the stocks that you are following if there are trade opportunities that show up on that particular day. If there are no trade opportunities available, the information will simply be blank. Now, just to the right of the ticker symbols, you will see the list of the company names that I am following. So there's FedEx, Apple, NVIDIA, The Trade Desk, and The SPY, and you'll have the price to those companies as well too. Again, just having one place where you can see all of the information for the stocks that you're following there. Now, just to the right of that, you will see an area titled Education. And under that, links to pages explaining what debit spreads, credit spreads, calls, puts, etc. are there. Just below that, you'll see an area titled Trend Type, where you'll see the trend types, trend reversal, continuation, and divergence. Now, a quick note. If you had an opportunity to watch the first video, you will know that in the process of creating the trend tracker, I decided to make it something that not only myself can use, but others might be able to use as well. And in the process of deciding that, I also decided that I wanted to give people a little bit of flexibility to pick the type of trade opportunities that they saw best. Now, my concern was that allowing people flexibility would ultimately defeat the purpose of the tracker, which was to make trading a little more robotic and to make it so that people didn't have to think to trade. The other concern is that if I gave people too much flexibility, it might negatively impact the win rate of the tracker. In short, I've picked indicators and triggers that I've known to win more times than not over my years trading. And if I allow people to deviate from that too much, they may not see the desired results. Taking all of that into consideration, I wanted to give people options, but not so many options that it would completely defeat the purpose of the tracker. This way, anyone who uses the tracker can pick the types of trades that fits their particular trade style without necessarily sacrificing too much of the potential win percentage. Okay, now back to the tracker. I mentioned earlier that if there are trade opportunities, you will see them appear here on the dashboard. You'll notice that on the screen that we're looking at, there's several trade opportunities. If I click on any of the ticker symbols or stock name, it will take me to the actual page for that particular stock. There's quite a bit of information on the individual sheet for each stock, and you'll also notice that at the bottom of the spreadsheet there are a handful of other pages as well. Those pages also have quite a bit of information on them. Because of the amount of information on those pages as well as the individual sheet, I thought it'd be best to break all of the information down into a few separate videos instead of boring everyone with one long video. For this particular video, I just wanted to give everyone a chance to get familiar with the tracker. For those that are interested in giving the tracker a try, I will leave a link at the bottom of the video where you can download it for free. I am interested in any type of feedback. For those of you who may be interested in following future trades that I'll do with the tracker, I ask that you click the like button and follow the page as well. I'll be doing weekly updates again very soon with the tracker. So thank you guys again, and I will see you all next week.